mom has been trending for all the wrong reasons. Look at this, guys.
Encouraging teens to have oral sex, dress sluttier, and touching children inappropriately are just a few of the allegations being made against a popular YouTuber and her mother.
Ex-members of the team have now come out to accuse her of unimaginable things. You wouldn't believe what she put these kids through. And we're talking about kids as young as 9. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let me fill you in. Piper Rockelle is a famous YouTuber with 11.3 million followers. Her channel covers everything from entertainment, pranks, family, love, friendship, and pretty much everything kids do. She's also famous for her crazy and exciting challenges with her squad of friends. If you scroll down further on her channel, her first videos were all fun and good vibes, like this one where she was just celebrating her birthday at the park. Typical kid stuff. Even as the channel grew, the videos Piper posted were still okay. You could see the innocence of young kids just having a good time. Even when they switched things up, it was always within a kid's imagination of a kid. Like this one where they were playing hide and seek in the dark to make the game more interesting. Now that you've got some background information, let's fast forward to where things started falling apart. It turns out her mother, Tiffany Smith, who's also like her manager, has been taking advantage of these minors all along. We're just being made aware of how this woman would expose these kids to PG-rated content, both in what she made them do and what she would tell them. 11 members of Rockelle's squad have sued Rockelle and her mom, accusing them of sexual battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and then trying to destroy their YouTube channels after they left the show. The $22 million lawsuit filed in Los Angeles detailed several instances when Rockelle's mother made explicit comments like body shaming one squad member because she had no boobs. Another one said that she once asked him whether his nether regions had developed. Piper's mom could even go as far as talking about adult toys with these kids. The squad members, mostly girls, also confessed to being made to pose or wear clothes that made them uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, Tiffany would always tell me to go up into Piper's closet and get something that's more tight and revealing.
These revelations have caused an online uproar, with everyone demanding justice for these poor minors. Here's what some people wrote on Twitter: "Bring back public execution." You know, just when you think, well, that's the most depraved thing I've seen, along comes another horrible person to top it. 30 years ago, 20, 10, 5 even, I would have never believed humans were capable of such disgusting and evil behavior. I know there's been evil in the world since time immemorial, but I just can't stomach this anymore. And remember, the squad only have mentioned things that happened when they were a little bit grown to know right from wrong. Who knows what she did or told them 6 years ago when they were too young to piece things up? Matt Sarlson, who's representing the 11 plaintiffs, recently revealed that some of them have even made claims of actual battery, but all of them confirm similar instances of abuse, especially explicit and derogatory comments. Guys, these are kids in the hands of an adult who is supposed to be looking after them and protecting them. And in case you didn't know, let me tell you how these videos are made. Everything you see is scripted and given to the kids to act them out. For example, in this boyfriend flirting video, these participants, or friends if you may, aren't dating in real life, but the script requires them to create some sort of fake boyfriend-girlfriend. They were acting out these boyfriend-girlfriend scripts even 4 years ago, but you can see the topics were reasonable. Like in this video where Piper is pranking her then boyfriend that she's moving to LA.
You flew all the way here from LA? Why?
Why not?
Just because...
We actually went shopping for an apartment today and we found the perfect one.
But as time went on, Piper's mom switched things up and the kids were made to reenact more relationship scenes. You could always tell that some of these scenes or dress codes weren't childlike. So you can imagine how uncomfortable and awkward it was for them to deliver such content and deal with inappropriate language, commentary about their bodies, and past sex activities from an adult. Surely, guys, who asks kids such things? Even adults don't provide such information to their employers. If Rockelle's mother did make these kids go through all of this, then she's a walking disaster. Her actions not only betray the trust of those she was meant to protect, but also act as a grim reminder of how unsafe children are in the hands of seemingly well-meaning adults. Like, did she even stop to think about how her actions would forever take away their innocence? A plague that will now follow them even into adulthood. I felt so sorry for one of them when she said,
I feel like my childhood got ruined.
I mean, who in their right senses would encourage a kid to pose seductively in a towel? Or babies. They'll definitely need a lot of therapy. And just when you think that is all, it gets worse. Plus, there's another adult involved. When this squad of 11 finally left the show, Rockelle, her mother, and Hunter Hill conspired to hurt their efforts to start their own YouTube channels. Hunter is Rockelle's mom's live-in boyfriend and also doubled up as the director of the show. So these two adults are harassing and exploiting a bunch of kids. Some of them have reported having their channels reported for violating YouTube terms of service and community guidelines, and you know how YouTube works. The more strikes you get, the higher the chances of your channel being brought down. So this woman didn't only allegedly harass and abuse a bunch of kids, she's also apparently made it her life mission to ensure that they never prosper. And on top of all of this, the lawsuit also accounts for financial exploitation. While we all agree that Piper is the star, her channel wouldn't have gotten this far without the squad. In all of her videos, she's always up to something with her friends, and I have scrolled through all of her videos and there isn't one featuring Piper alone. Not a single video, guys. So this has been a team effort since day one. Piper's channel has amassed almost 3 billion views on YouTube alone. With all the money from both YouTube and brand deals, Piper's mother still had the audacity to exploit these kids financially. It's at this point that we'd both want to know where their parents were when all of this was happening, but of course, they were not always on set. Parents, please always be on the lookout for your kids. This content creation era has shown us how kids are being exploited for money, and you're probably wondering what Piper or her mother has to say about this. Guys, the silence is deafening. This only amplifies the weight of the accusations against them. Despite the gravity of the situation, there has been no response, no attempt to address the concerns or provide any form of explanation, nothing. If you ask me, this eerie silence isn't just an act of contempt, but also a blatant attempt to avoid accountability. The frustrated victims and their families are now left with the burden of proof while they look for closure on top of all of the betrayal. What a hot mess and sad state to be in. The squad is still in the process of gathering more evidence, and we can only hope that they build a solid case. Whatever has happened to these kids is undoubtedly grotesque. And there is one final thing that no one is talking about. Piper herself. As much as she appears to be presenting a united front with her evil mother, she's just a child. If her mother has the ability to make other people's kids go through all of this, what has Piper had to put up with? See, I'm not the only one who thinks she needs rescuing. Piper has often called her mother out for exploiting her, like in this clip where she made her pose in a provocative bikini. Even Pink commented on this matter, wondering how many kids like Piper Rockelle are being exploited by their parents. Isn't it just the other day that we talked about Salish's father exploiting her and her friend Nigel for views? Click here to watch that video if you haven't. We shouldn't let kids say, wear things, or even make videos that they don't want to, just for the appeal of YouTube, just for clicks and views. I would love to hear your opinion on this issue down below, and also don't forget to click on the tab above for more videos.